And Yuval David, filmmaker and activist, is joining us now from Washington, D.C. Hey, Yuval, what a story. For LGBTQ campaigners, it was a devastating turn. A good news story, a celebrity role model coming out, completely marred by a familiar old threat. Talk to us about it.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show again. It's always a pleasure to see you and speak with you about these important topics. As an LGBTQ activist, thank you. I'm an LGBTQ activist. I do that throughout all of my work as an actor, as a television host, as a filmmaker. I represent my LGBTQ identity because I also have had those challenges earlier in my career, especially when I was living in Los Angeles, where I was told that I need to keep my gay and bi queer identity hidden. So the Hollywood industry has this history of closeting people in order to make them successful to the mainstream audience. So that, first of all, is something that's very important to say. To forcefully out somebody is not acceptable. But on the other hand, those who enter the public eye know that their personal lives are going to be dealt with and spoken about openly. So we have this really challenging place that we're talking about where media wants to talk about these celebrities and their lives and what they're doing, but celebrities have the challenge of hiding and closeting the elements of their lives that they don't want to share publicly.
Right, and this brings us to this very delicate tension between privacy versus the public interest, let's put it that way. But there's a difference between a politician's affair, for example, obviously with a public interest, and a celebrity relationship, no?
Yeah, well, look, the LGBTQ community was elated last week when Rebel Wilson posted that she is in a relationship with a woman, with a clothing designer, Ramona Agruma, and people thought this is fabulous. But then when they found out that the journalist Andrew Hornery, I believe his name is, said that she has 2 days to respond to this article that's coming out about her identity, she was forced out of the closet. So your point, well, a politician, that's somebody who deals with legislation and affects public policy, but don't celebrities and other public figures affect public policy when they talk about their stories? So on one hand, many people within the LGBTQ community want people to come out. For example, there's National Coming Out Day, which happens on October 11th every year, which happened when LGBTQ activists said to other LGBTQ people, enough of being in the closet. If you are a public figure, if you hold any sort of power, please come out of the closet because it can help other people. So many people look at it from within the LGBTQ community from that side. Well, why didn't she come out? Right now, we have this society that is much more accepting. But then you have to look at the fact that our society isn't fully accepting. We don't know what Rebel Wilson's family life is. We don't know what contracts she has to maintain her career, to maintain a specific image. I mean, she's dealt with so much body shaming when she even just started to lose weight, when people started criticizing her for, is she plus size or is she now lean? So it's a very challenging thing psychologically for celebrities who are in the public eye.
I have so much more to ask Yuval, but unfortunately we're running out of time. But I do want to look for the silver lining here with you together. Rebel Wilson reclaiming the story, publishing it on her own Instagram account, not responding to the ultimatum. Perhaps this is the relevant moral of the story.
Absolutely. Take the power yourself. If you know that somebody's going to be speaking about you, if you see them as a bully, if you see them as, if there's a media story that you don't like how the angle of the story might be, then take charge. Take it into your own hands. And fortunately, somebody like Rebel definitely has a PR team. She has her lawyers and she has her agents and her managers who can probably help her craft those things. But the truth is, these days, we need to claim our own identity, to be proud of who we are, and to share it the way we want to share our identity, not the way somebody else forces us.
Absolutely. And with this message, Yuval David, filmmaker and activist, thank you so very much. The conversations with you are always enlightening and illuminating. Thank you very much. See you again soon.